Hi, this is Sally's Book Club. Tune in daily as we uncover the world's best books for you. Today we're exploring a book titled Origins of Sui Tang Institutions, A Brief Study. The Sui and Tang dynasties marked the zenith of ancient China. Westerners say Rome wasn't built in a day. If even Great Rome developed gradually, how did the prosperous Sui Tang emerge? This slightly tongue-twisting title actually holds the key to understanding Sui Tang institutional foundations. A Brief Study is the magnum opus of Chen Yinque, a master historian. The book traces institutional origins of these dynasties, remaining essential for understanding their history. Its methodology established foundational approaches for early Chinese historical research. Author Chen Ying came from elite lineage. His grandfather was a provincial governor, father a renowned poet, himself a polyglot who studied abroad, teaching at Tsinghua University in 1920s. Chen became one of China's 4 great academic masters, later gaining modern media attention. Historian Zhang Fan once compared historical research to detective work. Like solving mysteries, historians piece together clues to reconstruct the past. This book exemplifies such historical detective methodology. Before Sui Tang came the fragmented era of northern-southern dynasties, with 14 official historical records documenting its chaos. Southern dynasties successively replaced each other while northern regimes rose and fell through warfare. 14 official histories document this turbulent period in Chinese annals. Yet from this chaos emerged the mighty Sui Tang Empire. What enabled their unprecedented cultural and military achievements? Next, we'll examine how Sui Tang's sophisticated institutions evolved from this complex historical context. We often say the Sui Tang period represents the pinnacle of ancient Chinese society. The glorious Sui Tang culture radiated across East Asia with enduring influence. How then did these brilliant ceremonial systems emerge? During the chaotic Five Barbarians period, northern aristocratic families migrated south to rebuild regimes while northern nomadic rulers lagged culturally. Though some Sinicization attempts occurred, only Emperor Yuan's comprehensive reforms truly transformed northern Wei's cultural landscape. Emperor Yuan institutionalized hand rituals and laws in the northern Wei court. After northern Wei's collapse, successor states maintained these effective systems unchanged. These institutions were eventually inherited by Sui Tang, constituting over 2/3 of their systems. After noting Sui Tang institutions, northern Wei origins, Chen Yinque reveals their knowledge actually came from southern dynasties. When Eastern Jin fell, southern aristocrats familiar with Wei Jin systems returned north. This South Norse migration involved numerous southern elite figures. Wang Su became crucial in Yuan's reforms. Chen identified him as the key institutional transformer. How did a southerner like Wang Su become pivotal to northern institutional reforms? Swallows from Wangxi mansions. This famous line references Wang Su's Langyi Wang clan. Eastern Jins saying, Wang and Sima rule together, described the Wang clan's shared power with imperial Sima family. The Langyi Wangs produced political leaders and cultural icons like calligraphy, Master Wang Zizi. Wang Su's marital ties connected him to the Zi clan, another top aristocratic family. Both families preserved Weijin institutional knowledge as hereditary secrets for generations.
Unfortunately, Wang Su's father and brothers were killed in political struggles, forcing him to flee north.
When Emperor Riowen moved the capital to Luoyang, their paths crossed, a perfect match of talent and visionary ruler. Wang Su devoted his knowledge of Weijin systems to reforming Northern Wei. Why did Wang Su's participation amplify Emperor Zhuowen's reforms? Chen Yinque cites musical reforms. Around 491 AD, Emperor Riowen sought music experts, but found their skills inferior to Southern standards. Wang Su's childhood immersion in aristocratic rituals made him uniquely qualified. His family had preserved detailed musical protocols for generations. Who exactly was Wang Su? From childhood, Wang studied ritual manuals detailing musician positions and repertoire, knowledge few families possessed like the Wang and Yi clans. While many aristocratic families retained some knowledge, the Wang and Zi clans were unmatched in their mastery. Northern Yinque inherited Northern Wei's systems wholesale, continuing to value Southern immigrants like Wang Su. Take Yan Zitui, author of the Yan family instructions, though less mentioned in the book. Yan Zitui's ancestors were Langi Yan clan members who crossed the Yangtze with Eastern Jin royalty. Northern Yinque highly valued Yan's expertise when he eventually settled there. Southern immigrant clans like Yan's profoundly influenced Northern Cree and later Sui Tang institutions. Yan Shigu, Tang Taizong's advisor and Han Dynasty commentator, was Yan Zitui's grandson. 5 generations later came the renowned calligrapher Yan Senqing. Modern analogy omitted for historical context preservation. These southern nobles migrating north were called northern-bound aristocrats, Beibengguizu. Their institutional influence was particularly strong in rituals and legal systems. Many Sui dynasty institutional designers descended from these families. Some might question Chen Ying's methodology of tracing institutions through aristocratic lineages. This contradicts our usual belief that history isn't shaped by few individuals. But examining that era reveals institutions indeed depended on select experts. In the book's opening, Chen Yinque quotes New Tang history, rites, and music to establish a key historical pattern. Since Han Dynasty, ritual systems existed mainly as theoretical documents understood only by specialists, setting stage for analyzing aristocratic influence. Chen argues that during 6 dynasties, specialized knowledge concentrated in certain families became crucial for institutional continuity. Tracing institutional origins requires studying these families' bureaucratic heritage across generations. We often describe Sui Tang as open and inclusive, qualities reflected in their financial systems. The financial system's flexibility precisely demonstrates this pragmatic adaptability. Chen notes Tang initially maintained northern dynasties. Financial systems inherited from Sui. During Wu Zetian's reign, economic growth necessitated adopting southern dynasty systems. Example: Mid-Tang shifted from grain tax to cloth payments, following Liang Chen precedents. Southern commercial development made cloth more practical than grain for taxation. After unification, Southern practices persisted until Northern economy caught up mid-Tang. Thus, Southern financial models became national standards when conditions permitted. But wait! Both Northern Wei and Tang systems originated from different southern dynasties. Could short-lived southern regimes, each lasting decades, differ significantly? Indeed, they differed substantially in certain institutional aspects. Chen describes Emperor Briowen's reforms as grand institutional synthesis. This reform systematically merged preserved northern systems with southern knowledge from immigrant elites. After this, northern systems underwent minor changes but maintained core structures until Northern Chu's demise. Southern dynasties had four regimes: Song, Qi, Liang, Chen. Emperor Riowen absorbed Songli systems during Southern Korea period. Meanwhile, in the south emerged Emperor Wu of Liang, founder of Liang dynasty, and major reformer. This longest-reigning southern emperor significantly modified inherited Weijin institutions. The nine-rank bureaucratic system, familiar to us, took shape during his reforms, later adopted by Sui Tang. First source: early southern systems absorbed during Yuan's reforms. As Chen noted, Sui Tang legal codes, inherited from Northern Korea, which derived from Northern Wei. Though multiple factors existed, southern influence mainly came from early period. Second source: later southern systems from Liang reforms became independent influence. Sui Tang financial systems also incorporated Hexi region practices like the TADI grain policy. He Dai system involves state grain purchases and reserves in frontier regions. The character D combines inter and rice, meaning state grain procurement. Tang's capital regions, Chang'an, Luoyang, faced grain shortages due to dense populations. Canal transportation from Yangtze region caused heavy losses, prompting reforms. Emperor Enzong localized grain storage using He Dai system near capitals. Thus, regional practice became national policy through institutional adaptation. Third question: how did Tang achieve such vast territorial conquests? What military system empowered Tang's armies? Recall Ballad of Mulan soldiers. Self-equipped before service, reflecting Tang's militia system. As a late northern dynasties, folk song, Ballad of Mulan, reflects Northern Wei military practices. Soldiers had hereditary military registries, farmers during peace, warriors during war. They remained dispersed until mobilization, requiring self-equipped deployment. Hence the lyrics. Last night saw conscription orders, Khan's massive draft, 12 scrolls, all bearing father's name. Military service became hereditary honor and status symbol. Northern Wei's 6 frontier garrisons likely included Mulan's destination. Wuchuan garrison produced founders of subsequent dynasties. Qin Yinque's Guanlong group. Power transitions from Zhao to Sui to Tang occurred within this group. After Northern Wei's split eastern, Western Wei fell under warlord control. Southern China was then ruled by Liang dynasty. Yuan Tai's Western Wei was weakest among 3 kingdoms, lacking population and legitimacy. Gao Huan's Eastern Wei held Central Plain geographical legitimacy. Southern Liang maintained cultural legitimacy through rituals and arts. Like Shu Kingdom in Three Kingdoms era, Guanlong group adopted aggressive survival strategies. 543 AD. Western Wei's disastrous defeat at Mengshan near Luoyang. Yuan Tai reformed Northern Wei's military system into multi-ethnic Fubing system. This evolved into formidable military institution empowering Guanlong group. The system became their conquest sword, expanding territories relentlessly. 546 AD. Western Wei reversed fortunes at Yubai Fortress battle. 554 AD. Capturing Jiangling and Sichuan from southern dynasties. Suving system enabled northern unification within 15 years. The Sui dynasty ultimately unified China, using this military system, which Tang later perfected. To summarize, Sui Tang institutions derived from three main sources, first being Northern Wei and Northern Cree. Second source, Southern Liang and Qin dynasties. Third source, Western Wei and Northern Zhao, direct predecessors of Sui Tang. Chen's work analyzes 6 Sui Tang institutions through these sources: rituals, bureaucracy, law, music, finance, and military. Connecting 14 official histories through 3 threads demonstrates the book's analytical brilliance. This concludes our overview of the book's content. Now let's explore contextual stories to enhance understanding. Firstly, the book documents Jin Ying's academic evolution. Chen studied Orientalism abroad for over a decade. Pre-1940s, his research focused on Western sinology, trends, Buddhist history, Turkic studies, Dunhuang manuscripts. The Anti-Japanese War, 1937-1945, radically shifted his focus.
1937. After Beijing's fall, Chen's father, Chen Sanli, committed suicide mourning national collapse.
Chen relocated with Tsinghua University to Yunnan province.
Within months, he endured personal loss and witnessed refugee tragedies. War destroyed his research materials, isolating him from international academia.
This adversity prompted Chen's first major academic transformation. This book marks his transition from Orientalism to Chinese history studies. Chen advocated absorbing foreign theories while maintaining national identity. The book embodies this intellectual balance. Secondly, Chen embedded emotional depth in this work. He particularly emphasized Liangzhou elements in Northern Wei systems. After Western Jin's collapse, 316 AD, northern aristocrats migrated to Gansu instead of south. Governor Zhang Gui of Langzhou established sanctuaries here, protecting civilians from war and preserving Central Plains culture. When Northern Wei absorbed the Zhang regime, these preserved Wei Jin systems became part of Sui Tang's institutional foundations. Chen Yinque stated, Sangzhou's culture connected Wei Jin to Sui Tang, bridging historical continuity through turmoil. This assessment stemmed from Chen's wartime faith in Chinese civilization's resilience.
Completed in 1940, when Japan occupied much of China, the book emerged from government's southwest retreat.
By emphasizing Lingzhou, Chen encouraged Chinese. If a frontier region could spark Sui Tang glory, so can Southwest preserve our civilization. Academic pursuit requires independence, yet remains grounded in reality. Chen's emotional engagement revealed an intellectual's inherent social concern. That concludes our exploration of origins of Sui Tang institutions. Find keynotes below. See you tomorrow.